Here's Southern Tennessee weather meteorologist Elijah Kirby.
The thunderstorms have quieted down for the night, but we're hanging on to plenty of warmth and humidity as we head into Sunday. Expect partly cloudy skies overnight, with lows falling to around 72 degrees. Winds remain calm, and patchy fog is likely to develop by daybreak Sunday, especially in valleys and areas that picked up rain Saturday afternoon. If you're headed out early, be prepared for a few localized spots of reduced visibility. Sunday features partly cloudy skies with a high around 88 degrees. West winds stay light at around 5 miles per hour. As temperatures climb through the afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms will once again develop. A few of these storms could become strong to severe, with the primary threats being damaging wind gusts, heavy rainfall, and frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. Not everyone will see a storm, but if one develops nearby, be ready to head indoors. That's your overnight weather update. I'm Southern Tennessee weather meteorologist Elijah Kirby.
Yeah, man, did you catch the end of the game last night? Oh, hold on, let me check. Whoa!
Uh-oh, looks like another fender bender, or worse.
Yeah.
Ray's Paint and Body Wrecker Services in Shelbyville is ready to help with their 24/7 emergency roadside assistance. Also on call for lockout, collision repair, and more. When trouble strikes, call on a local name you can depend on. Ray's, the area's leading body shop in Wartrace, Shelbyville, surrounding areas for over 25 years. 931-685-0046. Ray's Paint and Body Shelbyville.com.
Murphy, Sam, and Jody on the Zinger 100.9.
Hang out with us on your summer schedule. It's the Weekend Show podcast for anything you might have missed, like why squirrels are such a big problem in national parks.
And on Monday, get 3 things to know to start your day at 6:50, 7:50, and 8:50.
When it comes to protecting your family, your health, and your future, experience matters. At Insurance Benefits Associates, Mike Jones and Doug Rogers bring more than 75 years of service helping individuals, families, and businesses find the right plans. We're here to help. Call Insurance Benefits Associates at 1-800-607-8833 and put our experience to work for you. IBA, coverage you can trust from people who care. Screen printing and embroidery done with quality and care right here in Bedford County? You're looking for Kayla and the gang at Threads 931 Apparel. Laser focused on working with businesses, schools, coaches, churches, and clubs.
A full line of products, and we have the capabilities of offering a team store so your parents can actually purchase items directly from us.
Threads 931 is perfect for sports teams to keep you focused on what matters.
It takes the hassle off of you and just makes it convenient for everybody.
Now that's good to hear. Professional, efficient, and ready on time? You're looking for Threads 931 Apparel in Bell Buckle. Call or text 931-205-3663, threads931apparel.com, and follow on Facebook and Instagram at Threads 931 Apparel. Actual customer words portrayed by an actor.
My kids love going to Image Orthodontics.
When Caroline Wagner sent her first daughter to Image Orthodontics, she wasn't sure what to expect.
Ella loved it.
Caroline recalls.
The staff, the fun. She had a great time in the game room.
The Wagners have since sent their other daughter to Image Orthodontics too, with similar results. Dr. John Philippos and the Image Orthodontics team are making smiles happen every day with traditional braces, Invisalign, as well as emergency care when you need it. With offices in Shelbyville, Tullahoma, and Murfreesboro, it's never been a better time to request your appointment. 615-867-6960. Visit myimageorthodontics.com. Image Orthodontics, making smiles happen. Every sport, every school, every story. Across Bedford County, this is 931 Sports.
Well. Guess who's back with a brand new track? Welcome back to 931 Sports. We have been off for just a couple of weeks. It was nice. We had some refreshing relaxation. I was sick, then I wasn't sick, then I was sick again. It was not fun, by the way. But we're back in good health. Thank goodness.
Maybe we're better than ever.
Probably. It's a new night. I've been waiting all day for a Sunday night.
I don't think
that should be our theme song.
Who sings that?
It's Carrie Underwood.
Maybe we should keep it that way.
No, I don't think so. I think I should do it every time, just like that.
Okay.
Welcome into 931 Sports, everybody. Yes, we are on a new night, Sunday nights moving forward. This will allow us to be able to do this a little bit better, I feel like. Plus, we won't be interfering with a lot of Monday schedules once different sports roll around. And, so it'll be better. But, of course, my name is James Littman. Of course, joining me on the other side of the glass is the one and only Mr. Jamie Norton. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm actually really good.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Well, just so we can set everybody up with what is going on tonight, in just a few minutes, we're going to be joined by the head coach of the Cascade Champions, Mr. Jared Carkuff. We're going to talk some football with him. They've been doing summer workouts. They attended a summer camp all together. I believe it was in Chattanooga, if I'm not mistaken on that. So we'll check and see how that went. And how are things looking for the champs?
Summer camp and summer football camp, two different things.
I mean,
two totally different. One you sweat yourself to death.
You do that at summer camp.
What?
You do that at summer camp. You sweat to death at summer camp. You sweat to death at football camp. I mean, same thing.
I don't think you played football, did you?
I did.
Oh,
I did play football, and I'll tell you, I sweated both times. I went to camp, and
some of them old school coaches will run you until you die,
then
you come back and they run you again.
That's true too. Coming up at 7:30, we'll have our good friend Rob Browne from SEC Sidelines join us, and he's just a fantastic dude. We love having him on for sure. So we will definitely have him on the show with us as well. And then, of course, finally at 8 o'clock, we will be joined by Mr. Jud Dryden from Shelbyville Central, the head football coach there. And we'll find out what's going on with Shelbyville. I've heard some things. I'm not going to say those things, but I'm interested to see what his perspective is.
Okay.
So we'll talk to him at the top of the 8 o'clock hour.
I mean, interested to hear his perspective is why we have the show.
Exactly. And that's why we will continue.
That's why we invited him on the show.
Said show. Did you watch any of the World Cup, by the way?
A little bit.
Okay. It ended today.
It did.
Spain is the World Cup winner. They stopped Argentina from going back to back.
I know nothing about soccer.
So Argentina was they won the last World Cup.
Did they?
They had a chance to go back to back, which is something very few teams have ever done. And in the 80th minute of the game, Argentina's player, I can't remember his name, gets a red card.
Oh.
And when you get a red card, you leave.
You're sent off.
Yes. So Spain had a one-man advantage for about 20 minutes.
That's like the old heave-ho ejection in baseball.
Yes, exactly. And Spain ended up winning it in extra time. It took extra time to get there.
Now, extra time, is there extra time and overtime? Time in soccer, I think I've seen where if somebody hurts themselves, the officials add extra time.
Correct.
But say you get to the end of extra time and it's 0-0, it's 0-0.
Yeah, they do basically like a small. It's kind of, they don't call it overtime. They just call it extra time.
Oh, okay. So they're both called extra time.
So basically the way it works is anytime there is a stoppage, that number, the ref has that number, and they basically go. There's like a whole formula behind it, but they go into it and they say, okay, at the end of 90 minutes. We're going to have 7 minutes time. That was based on us having a 20-minute hydration break or a 10-minute hydration break.
I got you.
It's the average of everything that took place. So if there was an injury, then they would average that out. Usually in a normal soccer game overseas, you only see about 3 to 4 minutes.
Right.
In this World Cup, I've seen no less than probably 7 to 10 minutes. And it's been actually crazy, and there have been some crazy moments in that. But we'll talk about the World Cup later. Right now, though, we are joined by a very special guest, the head coach of your Cascade Champions, Mr. Jared Carkuff. Coach, how we feeling on a Sunday night?
Pretty good.
Pretty
no complaints.
Okay. So Jamie and I were arguing just moments ago before you got on here about the difference between football camp and summer camp. I argue they're the same thing.
No.
You sweat and you work hard in both. One's maybe a little bit more fun than the other, but nonetheless. So my understanding is you guys went to it was a camp at a college was it about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that first week back from dead period, we went up to Tennessee Tech to the FCA camp.
Okay, and how was that?
Went great. Like I said, we usually go up there as a full team, even though it's really built around 7-on-7 with the rules in Tennessee. But we bring linemen, bring everybody, do all of our meetings, vote on captain, all that type of stuff. So we treat it kind of like a retreat. And so it went really well.
So can you tell us, obviously, can you tell us who the captains are? Do we get to know that information?
You'll see game one.
Come on. You got to give us a phone here, Coach.
no, we gotta have a reason to come back to game one.
That's true. Go ahead, Jamie. You look like you were about to ask something. Are you?
I mean, why would he be giving you the scoop on something that important?
We're a radio show. Sometimes we're members of the media. Sometimes,
Hey, that man's looking for his live audience to come out and pull for his team. He's going to keep some things under wraps.
It's not like we're not going to be there. I'm just saying. Coach, let me ask you this. So how is obviously we talked a few months ago kind of when the summer was just really getting underway. It's been a little bit now. We're getting closer to August, getting closer to that first kickoff every week, it seems like. Tell us just kind of the state of your team right now and how everything is going over there in Cascade.
Yeah, we're feeling really good about it. Coaching staff wise, it's been really good. The defensive staff all stayed together. And it's their second year with this defense, so we're looking for some big improvements, and the kids understand it. They get to play fast. And then offensive side, I fired the OC. He was terrible. It was me. But I made one of the other coaches on staff, Coach Roberts, is calling the offense this year, and you can already tell just his experience is taking over, and it looks like it's going to be a really fun year on offense and then a great year on defense as well.
I legit, when you said you fired your OC, I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, you got me there for a second. I was like, wait, there's some dirt we could use. Yes. You fired the OC.
The goal was always to hire an OC. The first 2 years, I just didn't find the right fit. And then having Coach Roberts on staff last year, I thought about doing it like halfway through the year, but we just figured right after the season was over, I told him, like, hey, it's yours. And we work really well together and the rest of the staff, so it's going to be fun.
That's,
yeah,
go ahead.
Those things sometimes fall into place a bit. I think I spoke to you earlier this summer about my son has just joined his first season as a coach up at Battle Creek.
Yeah.
And he was originally brought in as a strength and conditioning coach. Somehow he is the main offensive line coach now. And somehow they've hired him to teach geometry, which he hasn't had a course in since probably about 6 years ago. So I was going to have him call in tonight and talk to his old coach, Jud Dryden, later, but he's actually taking the praxis to become a teacher tonight.
Oh, nice. Well, good luck on that. That's a fun one. But I mean, he's at the right place. Coach B and offensive line is one of the best, so he's going to be learning under one of the best offensive line coaches in the state. So.
Oh, Justin has my full respect at this point. I'm really on board that he's in good hands there. So you were talking about sometimes those things don't fall into place the way you think they're going to, but you're saying you're reorganizing to have a separate play caller from yourself this year.
Yes, 100%. And like I said, that when I got the head coach job, that was always the goal. But like I said, you can't, like, it doesn't always happen. And when I got Coach Roberts on staff, I kind of knew he would eventually take it. And it's freed me up to do all the actual head coaching stuff without being stressed about offense as well. So it's been a really great summer.
Talking to head coach Jared Carkuff from the Cascade Champions right here on 931 Sports. Just based on what you've seen, what's really impressed you the most so far about this year's group? I know it's early in the summer and the workouts and things like that, but is there anything that's really stood out to you as far as, man, you're just going, wow, that group right there has gotten really good?
I would just say the full buy-in from the culture side of it. I mean, I know it's like a buzzword, but it seems like everybody's on the same page. Everybody's working towards the same goal. Where the first 2 years it was introducing it still. And we have a great leadership group that there's half the time, like, I don't even have to correct at practices or outside or in the weight room because the players are already on top of it. And you want a player-led team, and that's what we got. Yeah,
absolutely. And listen, I think there's, based on what I've heard from other people, other players, they're really excited about this year. There's been some good battles. It looks like position. I feel like position-wise, you guys are even still pretty deep. I think it's younger, if I can say that. For sure. But the depth there is getting. It seems like it's getting better.
No doubt. We have 9 seniors, but I would say we're more of a junior-heavy team.
Mm-hmm.
We have experience coming back, but this is definitely the deepest we've been in a while, where everybody's competing for a spot. And we, like, at receiver, we're legit 8 deep when we're 4 wide, and like, we don't feel uncomfortable with any 8 of those guys on the field, which is a fun feeling as an offensive coach.
Wow, that is.
I'm not a coach, but give Xander Shockley, give him a chance. That dude's going to be special. I love that.
Oh,
kid.
yeah, I love that guy.
I love that kid. His family is great. We're really close to their family, and they're phenomenal, of course. What do you think's an area that you're, as we're getting into, and I think what are we, just about a month away, I think, at this point from football? Maybe a little more than a month?
Yeah, 5 weeks.
5 weeks
till game 1. But we got 2 scrimmages coming up, so real football happens soon. And
so if you're looking at an area, sorry to cut you off. If you're looking at an area, that was really the question is, what's one area that you'd like to see improve before week 1? Obviously those scrimmages will help with that, but if you're looking at an area on your team right now that you'd like to see kind of step up a little bit more, what area would that be?
I mean, it's always going to be offensive line. I think that was kind of a place we were trying to fix from last year. And then going into the spring game, they came out a little flat and then played like we thought they could. And so it'd be that challenge. Like, does the offensive line show up every week? Because they got the talent for it. They got the grit for it. But if they show up every week, it's going to be a pretty fun year.
Love that. Go ahead, Jamie. Did you have something?
No, what is your take on how to as just a dad who raised an offensive lineman who played from the time he was 9 all the way through high school? I saw that motivating yourself to get down and dirty on every play and not really take plays off was the biggest thing. What's your approach to gaining that mentality that once we strap it on, once we have our buddy pull our jersey down over our pads, every single moment counts?
I mean, I guess that's one of the hardest things to do as a coach is motivation. And so, because there's so many different personalities, so many different types, is like sometimes challenging a kid is what motivates them, sometimes yelling at them, sometimes it's just talking to them. But you got to find those kids that on the line that can self-motivate. I think that's one of the most special things about an offensive lineman is they have to be like, man, I'm going to get hit every single play, or I'm going to hit somebody else every single play. Like receiver, DB, quarterback, they're not getting hit every single play. So you gotta train your mind, and that starts in practice of like turning that being the aggressor, no matter if you're offense or defense, is like, I'm going to hit them before they hit me type of mentality. And I would say that is the biggest challenge of coaching, probably.
All right, so I'm going to give you some quick hitters here, and I want you to answer these. These are just little quick responses. You don't have to go too in-depth unless you want to. But here we go. One word to describe this year's team.
Special.
Special. Oh, well, there's so many meanings to that that we could say. But,
okay.
It'll be all right. Toughest player on the roster right now. Who's the toughest?
Oh.
I couldn't hear that one. What was that? It cut out.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Who's the toughest player on the roster right now?
Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for answering that. It has to be Braxton Burris. I think everybody would agree with that.
I agree 100%. That dude is mad tough. You might get in trouble for this one, though, since you're so deep at wide receiver. Fastest player on the roster right now.
Man, you're getting
tough. We're going the
you are.
questions.
You're making. Hey, I got stats behind that. We put GPS, and so there's miles per hour behind this, so I can't get in trouble. But Zakiah Dixon is the fastest.
That dude is so fast. We've seen him in baseball, seeing how fast that kid is.
He hit 21 miles an hour the other day. So
21?
I saw him track down some serious fly balls in left field.
That's true. That's true. Who's the most improved player you've seen from last year to this year?
Man, the whole offensive line, but if I'm going to have to pick somebody out, probably Titus Shooter, which he was already great for us, but he's just taking the next step.
Okay. Is he an O-lineman?
Yeah, O-line.
Okay. And then finally, the biggest key to a successful season this year?
Keeping our heads whenever, because something's going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does, we keep our heads. We're talented enough. Keep our heads and just fight through it.
Okay. I like that. Jamie, you got anything you want to close with?
I wanted to ask Coach, do you always look at football as run to pass or pass to run, or do you have different years where you look at it differently?
Yeah, it's I'm very much on personnel, whatever, like Mike Leach used to say it. He was 50% run, 50% pass, and that could mean 100% one game your pass, 100% the next game your run. It's whatever works that day. Like I said, we're going to find if we have to get in heavy and only run that for the entire game, or if we have to throw it every play, like we're going to do whatever it takes to win.
Well, the good news is I think you guys got a good chance of doing some special stuff. You got some good talent, I think, over there at Cascade, and we're really looking forward to the scrimmages and really just, again, being there to see it as well. Of course, those games will be carried right here on the Zinger 100.9. And, of course, we'll hopefully have our weekly check-in here on 931 Sports with Coach Carkuff as well on Sunday nights from 7 to 9. Coach, I appreciate your time. I know you're driving, and appreciate you taking a few minutes to hang out with us, man.
Yeah, no, thank you for letting me do this.
Of course. We'll definitely have you back. I think you're good enough to come back here. It'll be all right.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
When the pads start popping, we'll see if we are.
No. We'll be all right. We don't look at records. We look at personality and people. And you've done a great job, man. You do a awesome job leading these kids, and I've seen it. And my son has seen it, and he appreciated it when you guys were at camp. Really appreciate what you do, and just keep on, man. I think Cascade's in for some good times. I really do.
I appreciate you. Thank you for saying that.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, Coach.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
You too.
All right. Coach Jared Carkuff of the Cascade Champions joining us here on the hotline. And, man, he is right, though. They've got a junior heavy team as far as
not
juniors.
quite as junior heavy as say
Shelbyville
Central's baseball team this
they
year.
Didn't have any seniors.
I don't think anybody's ever had that.
That's correct. I have never heard of a team having no seniors.
You know how that happened, right?
No.
That happened because they had a very talented class.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to hurt some feelings probably. They had a very talented junior class.
Yeah.
That made basketball players and football players out of the senior class.
Listen, I think when you're in high school,
I'm not. I'm just. That's truly what it was. There was. I know at least. Wait a minute. I'm not going to say a position because that calls out a particular individual.
Right.
But I know of a freshman who came in and took over the job at a certain position and moved a senior on to doing other things because he didn't want to ride the bench his senior year.
Yeah. Well, I can get that. I'm very much of the opinion that.
And I say ride the bench
as much as you can.
There are just some people that have a talent, and it's undeniable. I mean, Stephen Bobo, when he stepped onto the football field, he as a freshman, they had him playing both ways, and special teams.
Well, that's part of the thing I'm hearing is that he may not be stepping on that football field this year, which I don't blame him. I mean,
nobody could blame him because I've seen the scouting reports.
Yeah,
he's rated to be a can't miss MLB talent.
No,
that doesn't mean that he's going to get through all of the things between here and there without injuries, without things happening.
When you get an offer from Vanderbilt, and granted, Vanderbilt's been kind of up and down lately. When you get an offer from them, it means serious business.
He's actually been talked about a little bit, even deeper than say that's a huge deal.
Yeah,
he has paperwork on him that says he's supposed to be a star at that level.
Wow.
And he's supposed to have MLB talent. So who could blame him for not wanting for wanting to pursue that passion and see if he can make it to the biggest stage?
All right. Well, we're going to talk to Jud Dryden at the top of the hour at 8:00, and we'll get his thoughts on that. Because I am going to ask him that. I'm just going to point blank ask him how he's feeling about it, because it is something that I think. If you're a Shelbyville Central football fan, you're kind of okay.
I want to give you some inside information. I hired Robert Bailey, the running back who took a offer to Austin P, who was Stephen Bobo's running back last year and the year before, lined up with him. Robert was cleaning out my gutters back last year and told me I was paying him to do some work.
Yeah.
And he told me he begged Stephen Bobo to come back and play for Robert's senior year. That he didn't want, he wasn't wanting to play last year.
Which I get that, but that's like I hear all the time people from Cascade saying, "Oh, we're begging Wiki Parker to come play football," and they have been. But he doesn't
play football.
He does not. He plays baseball.
Okay. Hey,
only.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
Well, I will tell you, the training staff at Cascade has done everything they can to get Wiki Parker on the football field.
I mean, he's
got the build for it.
He seems like a middle linebacker.
I don't disagree with that. But anyway, we're going to take a quick time out here on 931 Sports. Coming up on the other side of the break, we will have Rob Browne from SEC Sidelines join us. We're going to talk some SEC football. That is getting ready to get underway. Not too long from now, boy, we're going to have high school ball.
We're going to play foosball.
We're going to play foosball. We're going to have a bunch of SEC stuff going on here.
My mama said I cannot play foosball.
Well, my mama said we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here with Rob Browne. Stay with us here on the Zinger 100.9. It's 931 Sports.
When it comes to protecting your family, your health, and your future, experience matters. At Insurance Benefits Associates, Mike Jones and Doug Rogers bring more than 75 years of service helping individuals, families, and businesses find the right plans. We're here to help. Call Insurance Benefits Associates at 1-800-607-8833 and put our experience to work for you. IBA, coverage you can trust from people who care. Screen printing and embroidery done with quality and care right here in Bedford County? You're looking for Kayla and the gang at Threads 931 Apparel. Laser focused on working with businesses, schools, coaches, churches, and clubs.
A full line of products, and we have the capabilities of offering a team store so your parents can actually purchase items directly from us.
Threads 931 is perfect for sports teams to keep you focused on what matters.
It takes the hassle off of you and just makes it convenient for everybody.
Now that's good to hear. Professional, efficient, and ready on time? You're looking for Threads 931 Apparel in Bell Buckle. Call or text 931-205-3663. Threads931apparel.com. And follow on Facebook and Instagram at Threads 931 Apparel. Actual customer words portrayed by an actor.
My kids love going to Image Orthodontics.
When Caroline Wagner sent her first daughter to Image Orthodontics, she wasn't sure what to expect.
Ella loved it.
Caroline recalls.
The staff, the fun. She had a great time in the game room.
The Wagners have since sent their other daughter to Image Orthodontics too, with similar results. Dr. John Philippos and the Image Orthodontics team are making smiles happen every day with traditional braces, Invisalign, as well as emergency care when you need it. With offices in Shelbyville, Tullahoma, and Murfreesboro, it's never been a better time to request your appointment. 615-867-6960. Visit myimageorthodontics.com. Image Orthodontics, making smiles happen.
This is Benny Pulley with Hopkins Farm Broadcasting Incorporated. Join me for the first annual Rhythm for a Reason benefit at the Fly Arts Center for an evening of live music, a delicious dinner, and community impact. With performances by Jeff Batson, Luther Lewis, and Chase Clanton Music. Join us August 14th, 6:30 to 10. Proceeds will benefit New Destiny Dog Rescue of Bedford County, Cooking with a Veteran, and the Bedford Cancer Foundation. Get your tickets today and help support these incredible local nonprofits. Visit theflyartscenter.com for tickets. If you'd like to sponsor, reach out to me, Benny Pulley, at 615-785-9748. I'd like to thank these fine sponsors for supporting this so far. Heritage South Community Credit Union, First Community Bank, Serve and Go Market, and Duck River Electric. Looking forward to seeing you there.
This is 931 Sports, live on Facebook and YouTube and on WZNG Shelbyville, the Zinger 100.9.
Right here on the Zinger 100.9 FM. And joining us now on the studio stage is, of course, your host for SEC Sidelines every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m., plus the many other things that he happens to do. I think he does a lot, to be quite fair. In fact, I couldn't probably name everything that this man does, but it is Rob Browne. Rob, how we doing?
Good. Missed it last week. I came in and I was like, well, I came into the studio and no one was there. It's a lot of vacation in the summer. Like I said, we've
well, I wasn't here because I took what we call a sick vacation.
Yeah.
Where I was sick for 3 straight days with fever.
Ooh.
A lot of fun. Yeah. So my vacation was sitting in my bed watching Love Island. And
the Pro Bowlers tour.
The Pro
Oh, wow.
Chicken noodle soup.
You got to love a good pair of bowling shoes in the Sunday night. Now, I just got back from swimming, got back from Memphis, and I said, she said, what time are you on their show tonight? Anyway, we're making sure we follow everybody on Facebook. Jamie, can you get my number from him after the show so I can start following you and start sharing anything that you put out on social media, Facebook, YouTube?
Don't have Facebook.
I don't play with Facebook a whole lot, but I'm about to really start setting that up and get more involved in the radio business.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it, and all of a sudden I was like, I had 4,800 followers, and I didn't even know I had them. And my wife said, "You need to be paying attention to that, you know."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
media
y'all got a hell of a show, is what I'm saying, and you get it out there. That's a force multiplier. Talking football on a Sunday night, what's better than that is drinking a Fresca.
True.
There you go.
I want to dive into this because we're getting ready to head into SEC Media Days coming up here. And actually, there was a very interesting article on CBS Sports from Brandon Marcello. The headline says 6 new coaches, 4 years without a title. The biggest questions facing each SEC team at the Media Day. So I kind of want to just go through some of these questions that are being asked and kind of just get your thoughts on these, Rob. Sure. The first one is, of course, They start with Alabama, of course, and the question behind it is, what is the Tide's identity? That is a big question right now, and I think it's one of those that is quite warranted at this point. Kalen DeBoer struggling to develop an offense heading into his third season. Alabama ranked 123rd in rushing, which we've talked about on this show, and but they have improved to 13th nationally on total team defense. So what is the identity, Rob, of the Alabama Crimson Tide? Because I don't even think they know yet.
I mean, nobody really does, but everybody looks at the offensive line, and you can't fake it. And in the era of the portal, it takes a couple of years to build a cohesive offensive line unit. We talked with our friend Gabe Kuhn. He played at Memphis, started 51 straight games for Fuente and Norvell at right guard. Well, his starting center, Drew Kaiser, 52 straight starts. That's what you dream of, all right? But really, if Alabama, talent-wise, they can go with anybody. But if Alabama can't get it together on the offensive line and they brought in a new coach, I think they'll struggle. But they're still Alabama, and their DNA footprint is all they do is win. What does Kirk Cignetti say when people ask him, about him? He goes, "Google me, I win." Next question. I mean, but that is what they do. And the culture, what a culture means is that when you have a season or two that's below the standard, you double down and you triple down to fix it, and you throw money at it. I hate to say it, but you do. But the offensive line, you had Parker Brailsford last year, and I tell you, that Proctor guy, he's ginormous, and he's 6'7". Yeah. He's so big, but they don't have a bunch of guys that are mean on the offensive line. There's no Barrett Jones and guys like that from Memphis. I think might be the most valuable Alabama football player in the modern era. 3 national titles in 4 years. His brothers Walker and Harrison, they all played there. Went to ECS in Memphis, but that offensive line, that's everything.
I'll tell you something.
I mean, they brought in Delgatti to take Brailsford's spot.
Yeah.
And I've seen some tape on him, some film on him, and he finishes to the echo of the whistle. I mean, he gets people moving and kind of plays with a little bit of a mean streak.
Isn't that what you want? You know what a football player, and you know what a football player looks like.
I mean, and he's a little bit bigger than Brailsford. Yeah. Brailsford was not the biggest guy, but if you look up and down the line and you look how tall and how big of Browne they are, and they got a new coach, you got a new tight end coach who is an offensive line guy from his background. You got bigger at tight end. They all sound like good things, but from what like you touched on, how long have those guys even known each other?
Yeah.
Do they know when somebody hollers left or fire that guy means he got hit over here and I've got to help him, or he stepped that way, and I know I'm not used to that. I don't want to step on his foot.
Yeah.
I mean, those sort of things happen over a course of time, but what we did was went across the country and built a line in the off season. It's really interested to see what those pieces do when they all try to do it at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So the next question, it kind of hits home for you. Auburn has not had a winning season since 2020, the year they fired the Gus Bus. For going 6-4 against an all SEC schedule. It is the program's largest stretch without a winning record since the 1940s.
Yeah.
By the way,
I mean, you're being a little rude there, man.
No, not at all.
No, he's being. I'm fixing to tear Auburn up. Don't worry. I'm harder on them than I am my own school or my own children.
So Gaulish comes in from a USF, which you and I both agree I think is a good hire.
Yeah.
A handful of veteran winners, including quarterback Byron Browne and 5 of his receivers. Everyone wants to be the next Indiana, but for Auburn, pulling Gaulish and a dozen or so players from USF should at least lead to a return to the postseason. If nothing else, Gaulish's spread offense should be exciting to watch. Are the dark days over at Auburn?
Well, You had arguably the worst coach in Auburn history, Brian Harsin, followed by arguably the worst coach in Auburn history, the defeated man, Hugh Freeze. Okay. Well, he's gone now.
He says it every week.
Yeah. I mean, they've forgotten how to win.
Yeah.
And they've got to learn how to win again and how to close. You know, you ever do 3-minute push-up planks and you get to 2 minutes and 42 seconds and you want to quit? You can't. You don't just go to 3 minutes, you go to 3:10. Don't run through it. Don't run to it, run through it. But I like that quarterback, and he's super. I mean, I know people that work in the building. He's 6'3", 235, thick, really thick, from Raleigh, North Carolina. I think Auburn's defense with DJ Durkin will be strong. They've been producing. I mean, kind of like when Kevin Steele was there. But what they got to do, same thing, offensive line. You know, so I've got Auburn to win 7.6. So you can't win, you know, part of a game. I know some fans go, we won the first 3 quarters. Like that matter.
I want to see the point.
They used to have ties. I know. At one time.
So here's the next story. It's not LSU and Lane Kiffin, which, by the way, that should be a fun interview anyway, just to watch. But
I don't even like hearing his name.
I don't either. But there is something going on at Ole Miss. The NCAA opened up an investigation into Ole Miss after Clemson's Dabo Swinney accused Coach Pete Golding, that loser, of tampering with linebacker Luke Farrelly.
Really?
That
tampering?
Is true. Tampering,
I mean,
yes. So
word is
that is what the storyline is going to be. Is it tampering, or is it going to be about quarterback Trinidad Chambliss, who I think could have this team shooting at a high level?
James, what does the word tampering mean today?
I'm just saying.
In
that
NCAA,
is what the
FBS football,
says.
Somebody, one of the two of y'all, answer me that question. What does tampering mean?
Go ahead, Rob.
It means that you're desperately trying to get something that you're not going to get. And they're just going to get it to some court in Mississippi.
I mean,
and it's going to, you know, because tampering's been going on. I had friends when I was at Auburn that played for the team. One of them grew up across the 2 doors down from Bill Curry. His dad was an All-American at Georgia Tech. Every other night he'd call him and say, hey, man, if you're not happy, this is 1985. You can come on home. It's been going on forever. And you know what?
My brother was at Georgia Tech when Bill Curry was there.
You what?
My brother was at Georgia Tech when Bill Curry was there.
Yeah. I mean,
and counts him as a mentor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, his dad, believe it or not, in 1989, when I was at Channel 3 in Columbus doing a story about the first ever Iron Bowl, December 2nd of 89 at Jordan-Hare, Roger and Reese went over and interviewed Bill Curry's dad. He worked for Diversified Products Incorporated in Opelika. Cal James, the governor's brother, the big weight company started. I'm not kidding you. He was 65. He was benching 425 freestyle.
Wow. Jeez.
Guy's got good genes.
Next question here. Did you know that Georgia has the youngest roster in the entire FBS? The average age of Georgia players is 19 years old, according to a study from RotoWire. That's a clear sign that powerhouse blue chip recruiting aren't far behind. But that means that obviously some fresh faces are going to need to step up, especially if the Bulldogs want to win a 3rd straight conference title and advance beyond the quarterfinals. So, Rob, are Georgia's young guns locked and loaded?
Well, that's a great question because, you know, Kurt Cignetti has made older better. And Chuck Oliver always says, and he's right, in the NFL, an older corner, an older safety, that's not always great. But in college, an older tackle, an older center, an older quarterback is money in the bank. So I think I've got Georgia picked to win the SEC, to play for the SEC championship against Ole Miss at MBS. But I'm going to tell you what.
What?
Yeah, I've got them playing Ole Miss. But I've got my top 5 are also A&M, Texas, and Oklahoma. So it's going to come out of that. I think it's going to come out of that top 5. But you know what? It's the same thing. You start looking at Georgia. that inexperience, the world we live in. You look at Texas A&M. Last year, they had the best offensive line in the league. They were 11-0 until they weren't. Texas took care of that, and Miami shut them down. But here's the thing about Texas A&M this year. They went and got 4 guys to replace the 4 guys that lost. All 4 have started previously at other SEC schools. Like Jamie said, how well do they know each other? Do you know the major of the guy to your left and his right? Do you know his pets' names? Do you know his parents' names? You know anything about his hometown? That's one thing Kirby does.
To war for that guy?
What?
Are you going to go to war for that guy?
That's right. And Kirby, one thing he announced 2 years ago, they went to a conference, the team did, and the whole theme was you need to know everything you possibly can about every teammate on your team because you will fight for those people. Some guy that's got an ailing sick parent or grandparent, you fight harder. The more you know about people, the closer you get to them.
Well, I'll tell you, I know about Pete Golding, and he ain't going to the SEC title game. I'm going to tell you right now.
Says Flash.
They say the guys that tote a rifle into war, the ones that I've talked to, say that you fight for the guy who's beside you, who gave you a note to give to his family if he doesn't come back.
That's right.
Well, Pete Golding needs to go somewhere and stay out. All right, let's talk locally.
Hey, I'm the same way on Kiffin. If somebody says Kiffin to Alabama, I might just take up a different hobby until he's gone.
I don't know about that. All right, let's talk locally here.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. We're not too far from Nashville, of course, and that, of course, is the hometown of the Vanderbilt Commodores. And the big question, really the only question for them, is what does the post-Diego Pavia era look like? And the electric quarterback's gone. In his place is 5-star freshman Jared Curtis, who flipped from Georgia and is expected to start this fall. He's the highest recruit in school history. But how will he perform with 4 new starters protecting him on the offensive line?
Can I take a stab at the what are we now without Diego Pavia? I think they're probably not the team who has their quarterback cuss out the Heisman voters for not voting him number 1.
That's true. But Rob, what does the post-Diego Pavia era look like this season for Vandy?
Well, I think they got 32 players on the team that are older, a lot older.
Yeah.
And so that's going to matter. I got them winning 7.
Okay.
Jared Curtis went to Nashville Christian, and for 18 months, he was getting a monthly love note from Georgia. 18 months. And then he decided to move out.
That's tampering.
And he moved out of his parents' house, got his own place.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, and he did that. But I think Georgia put Kid Rock and some other people on him. I mean, Vanderbilt did to get him to come to Nashville. Right now, he is a Vanderbilt Commodore. That's at least until January 2nd he is. But when it comes to the portal, don't forget this loophole. The loophole. You can say at the end of the school year in May that I'm dropping out of school. I'm joining the Peace Corps. I'm hitting the Pro Bowlers tour. I got some shoes. I got my ball waxed, and I'm ready to go. Okay. Well,
right.
There you go. And then all of a sudden, 2 days later, I decided to go back to college at a different school.
Yeah,
watch for that happening.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, I don't know. And
it's
then finally,
we still haven't defined tampering.
That is tampering. When you send a love note every day to a quarterback, that's tampering. Anyway, finally today, let's talk about the good old parking cones, Tennessee, as it were.
The parking cones.
Joey Aguilar lost his court case seeking an additional season, leaving Tennessee now to choose between 2 guys that are both talented but very unproven, is George McIntyre and Fazian Brandon. Brandon appears to be the future, of course, but all eyes are on the QB, and that's going to be a top story, of course. But they do have Jim Knowles, who is with Penn State and Ohio State. He joined the coaching staff. But does Tennessee have another playoff season in Knoxville and what's in store for quarterback? Because that's going to be a battle between two good, unproven, but two good players.
I mean, what does McIntyre weigh? 180 pounds?
At least soaking wet.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I look at Tennessee. They hadn't been the same since Golis was the OC. They had Nico Iamaleava and his 35 family members that live there in town, having luau's every other night. I think that guy personally destroyed Tennessee. They were dead on arrival when they got to Columbus that night. Because I think that week he'd been, I want this, and all the other players are going, wait a minute, what about me? But I think Tennessee, I got Tennessee at 8-4. Offensive, man, it's the quarterback situation.
Yeah, it is.
There's only one championship quarterback in this league. His name's Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah.
And I mean, give this guy his due, man. I mean, both of y'all played football. You were good at it. If you get in a fight at 3:00 in the morning at Lee's Tomb in Tuscaloosa, wouldn't you want Gunnar on your side?
Yeah, probably.
A lot more than Barney Fife.
Hey,
probably.
That's who I want there.
Yeah. I'm going to ask this as a bonus question because this is something, and it's nothing that relates to us here in Tennessee, but how hot is it in Columbia, South Carolina? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't feel like there's any coach in the SEC that is on a hotter seat than Beamer right now. And listen, they go 4-8 last year. I think they have to win 8 for him to keep a job. Do you agree with that?
You don't think Jeff Lebby's seat is hotter? 1-15 his first 2 years at Mississippi State.
That's like an obvious one, but like I'm talking more of higher end coaches. I'm not talking like
higher end steakhouse, not CK's coffee shop, but Ruth Chris.
We're talking Starbucks here. We're not talking about Joe Schmo coffee. All right, we're talking about the legit coffee over here.
He's putting on a show now because he's kind of backtracking.
No, I'm not backtracking at all. I'm just saying I'm looking at the whole situation in South Carolina where you have a coach who I can probably tell you with confidence if he were to leave, there would be a lot of very interested teams in my opinion. He's done a lot of good stuff in South Carolina, but Rob, you've said this before. It's a what have you done for me lately league. So is he on the hot seat if he doesn't hit 8 wins? I think he's gone. But
being a coach in the SEC is like being a commission salesman. Every year on the first day of the month, you're at 0.00. So basically 75% of people that are in commission business like me are ADD and OCD. And I am. I'll admit it. What were we talking about? No. But what you got going for you at South Carolina, it's an even year. They do better in even years with Shane Beamer. Number 2, you got a quarterback with 25 starts in Lenore Sellers. Last year, he had Mike Shula calling the offense, didn't he?
Yes.
The only thing I could think of that would be harder to handle would be the Grim Reaper, Kurt Roper. I mean, he's presided over the death of so many coaches' careers. I don't know what, and he keeps getting jobs. So I think South Carolina, they've got 5 studs on that team. Nick Harbor, Lenore Sellers, but man, 4 or 5 wins. That's what I think. So, and I agree with you about Shane Beamer, one of the most likable coaches, and he's a great recruiter.
Yeah.
They had some games last year where they really played down to the wire and just had crazy things happen.
Didn't they choke like a 30-point lead?
A&M at Texas A&M.
Was it 8?
No, I took them Friday in a little parlay straight up. I said they're going to go out there and beat Texas A&M on the road, and I was 30-0.
Didn't you?
I was like going, man, I don't know. They lost 31-30. I was like, I still covered, but I mean, I took them to win straight up.
Well, to Rob's point, so in 2024, they finished 9-4. 2022, they finished 8-5. They did go 2-8 in 2020, but that was kind of a weird year. We're not going to we're not going to count that. 7-6 in 2018. The last time they on an even number year they finished with a losing record was back in 2017. They went 6-7, ironically enough, but that was before Beamer was coach. That was when Will Muschamp was coach.
What are y'all talking about? Even years?
So every even number year they have a winning record. It's true. Like the statistics and the numbers just proves that.
Okay.
But last year they go 4-8. They lose that. Matt, I mean, they had Texas A&M dead to rights. Yeah. So I think if I'm South Carolina, I'm telling Shane Beamer, all right, you better go get 8 wins or else we're done. I'm telling you right now, 8 wins is minimum for him to keep his job. And he may get fired before that, to be honest. I don't know.
I mean, do you want to fire your coach, or do you want to hire the next great coach you want to bring in? When is the right time to let somebody go and they go, ooh?
Well, don't ask
now
the
we're looking at a market
because they'll hold on to a coach for 20 years before they fire somebody.
Who's coming in after you is what I'm looking at if I'm the boss.
Well, in the standard at South Carolina, 1984 they went 10-2 and Jim Morrison was not Jim Morrison of the Doors, but Joe Morrison was the coach. They went 10-2. And that was their only double-digit win season in school history till Steve Spurrier did it in 2011, 2012, and 2013, 11-11-11. Something else kind of funny about South Carolina is they've only got one championship in their school's history. They were 7-4 in 1969. They went 7-4, and they were co-champions of the ACC, I think, with Wake Forest. And they pack it in every game. I've got, Will Gunner covers South Carolina for us. Great job. And it's got to be so frustrating. I'm going to tell you something. You know, there's some schools that didn't used to be in the bottom quadrant that have not been able to get out. You know, it's like people that are in prison. I'm getting out. My attorney says I'm getting out on appeal. Yeah, that's what they told me 20 years ago, son. Yeah, good luck to you. I mean, you get down there in the cellar with Mr. Krabs and old man Gustafson from Grumpy Old Men. Gustafson, yeah.
I love
Didn't you love Gustafson?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, man.
I mean, everybody needs that in their life.
Damn right they do. And Ann Margaret is your wife? I mean, come on.
Jeez. All right.
Those were some good films.
Yes,
I mean, I filmed.
Absolutely.
Some films. How old are you over there?
We're going
to watch some film on him over here. All right. Rewind. Wait, go back. Rewind.
Wait, hold on. Let me splice that together with some Scotch tape. I'll see you at the record store today about 2 at Peaches. New album's coming out.
And we'll have some milkshakes while we're there over at
That's
the
right,
corner.
some sodas,
some pop, as it were.
Hey, I mean,
I know.
When I'm wearing
a Fresca,
it's all good because I'm not digging a ditch. I'm having a good time.
That's right. All right, Rob, we're going to get out of here toward the top of the hour break, but give us just kind of where everybody can find you, of course, and what you got going on this week on the show.
Thank you. I've got to stay up here. We're going to have Brendan will be down at Media Days. I've been to the last 5, but we're Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 a.m. Central, sidelines.live, all over Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We live stream 8 to 9 on 9 channels, and then we put reels up and the show's everywhere. But we'll have Coach Ellis Johnson and Coach Pete Cordelli on tomorrow morning. Bartu's out traveling. But we really get into SEC football, college football in general, basketball, baseball, all coaches, writers, media people like y'all as our guests. And we love questions and comments. And you know what? The bottom line is if there's something you want us to be digging into, we will. And I'm going to be sharing and liking now that I got your stuff. Are y'all building a page for this show?
That's kind of a complicated question.
I know I'm asking but I'll help you any way possible.
We're getting there. I'll keep you posted on that part of it. But
you just tell me what you want me to share and like and stuff like that, and I will do it because I love being on here up in the mid-state, as they call it, where the best football in the state is played now.
Well,
hey, thank you so much, and we've got some plans, but they're still in the making.
That is true.
Well, I love the Sunday night, man. I love a Sunday night show.
I think it's way more fun, honestly. Plus, it gives us a little bit more freedom too, scheduling wise. Plus, when the sports, when everything kind of really gets going, it'll make things a lot easier on us. So that'll
shop local, eat local, and listen local.
That's right. Very true. All right. Well, Rob, appreciate you, brother. We'll see you next Sunday night. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll talk to you. Give me Jamie's number, please, so I can text him something after the show.
I'm not doing that. No, you're my friend. You're my friend first, buddy.
Okay.
Hey,
bye, y'all.
Friend you are. No,
I'll get you.
Rob, I think I hurt Rob's feelings.
All right. I think I heard Jud Dryden.
Yes, he is here. We're going to take our top of the hour break. We will be back in just a few minutes. We're going to have Jud Dryden from the Shelbyville Central High School football team join us, and we're going to ask him the tough questions. What you doing at quarterback? That's what I'm going to ask him first. Right here on 931 Sports, the Zinger 100.9.
Man, I love this station.
The Zinger 100.9. Real classic rock lives on the Zinger 100.9 and AM 1400. WCNG Shelbyville. Rock and roll around the world on WCNGradio.com and the free mobile app. From the Rays Paint and Body Towing Weather Center, here's Southern Tennessee weather meteorologist Elijah Kirby.
The storms are beginning to wind down for the evening, but the heat and humidity are making a big comeback as we head into the new week. Expect partly cloudy skies with lows near 72 degrees overnight. Winds will remain calm and patchy fog may develop by daybreak Monday, especially in valleys and areas that received rainfall Sunday afternoon. If you're on the roadways early, be prepared for a few spots of reduced visibility. Monday brings partly cloudy skies with a high climbing to around 91 degrees. Southwest winds will stay light at around 5 miles per hour. Isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected during the afternoon and evening. Most communities will stay dry, but if you catch a storm, expect heavy rain, gusty winds, and frequent lightning. Outside of the rain, it'll feel much hotter, with heat index values approaching 100. That's your overnight weather update. I'm Southern Tennessee weather meteorologist Elijah Kirby.
Yeah, all right, honey. I'll grab the rotisserie chicken. Just not again.
Locked out again? Ray's Paint and Body Wrecker Services in Shelbyville is ready to help with their 24/7 lockout assistance, emergency roadside and wrecker services, collision repair, and more. When trouble strikes, call on a local name you can depend on. Ray's, the area's leading body shop in Wartrace, Shelbyville, and surrounding areas for over 25 years. 931-685-0046. Ray's Paint and Body Shelbyville.com.
Murphy, Sam, and Jody on the Zinger 100.9.
Hang out with us on your summer schedule. It's the weekend show podcast for anything you might have missed, like why squirrels are such a big problem in national parks.
And on Monday, get 3 things to know to start your day at 6:50, 7:50, and 8:50.
Screen printing and embroidery done with quality and care right here in Bedford County. You're looking for Kayla and the gang at Threads 931 Apparel. Laser focused on working with businesses, schools, coaches, churches, and clubs.
A full line of products, and we have the capabilities of offering a team store so your parents can actually purchase items directly from us.
Threads 931 is perfect for sports teams to keep you focused on what matters.
It takes the hassle off of you and just makes it convenient for everybody.
Now that's good to hear. Professional, efficient, and ready on time. You're looking for Threads 931 Apparel in Bell Buckle. Call or text 931-205-3663. Threads931apparel.com. And follow on Facebook and Instagram at Threads 931 Apparel. Actual customer words portrayed by an actor.
My kids love going to Image Orthodontics.
When Caroline Wagner sent her first daughter to Image Orthodontics, she wasn't sure what to expect.
Ella loved it.
Caroline recalls.
The staff, the fun. She had a great time in the game room.
The Wagners have since sent their other daughter to Image Orthodontics too, with similar results. Dr. John Philippos and the Image Orthodontics team are making smiles happen every day with traditional braces, Invisalign, as well as emergency care when you need it. With offices in Shelbyville, Tullahoma, and Murfreesboro, it's never been a better time to request your appointment. 615-867-6960. Visit myimageorthodontics.com. Image Orthodontics, making smiles happen. When it comes to protecting your family, your health, and your future, Experience matters. At Insurance Benefits Associates, Mike Jones and Doug Rogers bring more than 75 years of service helping individuals, families, and businesses find the right plans. We're here to help. Call Insurance Benefits Associates at 1-800-607-8833 and put our experience to work for you. IBA, coverage you can trust from people who care.
Throwing a little fights on there on that one. Do you know whose fights on that was? Do you know whose that is, Jamie? Whose fights on that was? You don't know whose fights on this is? This right here? This one? What do you think?
I'm just gonna sit here.
You don't know? You don't know whose that is? They're right down the street, Jamie. Oh my gosh, you're such a hater. All right. Goodness.
I'm that guy today.
You are that guy today.
I am that guy today.
Absolutely insane. All
I'm
right.
ruining the laughter.
All right. Welcome back to 931 Sports. Actually, if we could have Coach, if you can just scooch this way just a little bit. You got to not in the camera over there. There we go.
All right. I was not getting the full. Okay.
Yeah, now we can see him. Now we can see him.
I see him.
All right. Jamie, go ahead and introduce our wonderful guests to the studio. Take it away.
This young man right here is Jud Dryden. I'm sure a few people here in town know of him, have either been out and watched his teams play or played for him. I believe 22 is when you took over the program.
With Coach Puckett, and all of us came in and then took over in 22 when he went to Haywood.
He needs a mic.
Make sure you're right in the microphone.
Yeah, you can move it over. No, you're good.
Either one. Just work directly into it.
Yeah, that's much better. Thank you, sir.
That's much better.
Gotcha.
So I remember when you came in as, I believe, defensive coordinator,
strength coach.
And strength coach. And I really appreciated that you took a lot of extra time out with my son in particular on Saturday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching him some of the mechanics of get off, because he always felt like he was not quite quick enough off the line, and maybe not the biggest guy out there, but that he had the willpower to try to the discipline to try to get there. And by his senior year, he's an all district left tackle. I believe he was right guard and then moved over to left tackle.
He was versatile. We'll put it that
there
way.
You go. So talk to what it was like coming in and going from assistant to you somewhat had the program put in your lap and didn't know you were going to be the head coach until summer, and then you had to implement the program, and from there just kind of walk us to today.
So coming in, like I said, come in during COVID as an assistant coach. A bunch of us came in. We'd been on staff together at Lake County and won in 19 and won a state championship there. So we all come in together as a staff. I had been a head coach previously for, I think, 12 years at that point. And then spent the last 4 years as an assistant coach with Josh. So it was, so it wasn't a big deal. And I mean, you get to do all the fun when you're not the head coach. You don't have to worry about all the other parts that go with it. You get to coach kids, and passion is always in strength and conditioning plus defense side of the ball. So that in and of itself kind of transition is Josh was able to have contact with Haywood County, which is a place he's always wanted to go back to. As that became more and more real, we saw what was going to happen. And then at the same time, Jonathan Canada takes over at Lake County.
Okay.
And Hunter Shore goes to be his offensive coordinator. And the next thing you know, 2 guys are left. Was hired over the dead period. First Monday coming back after the dead period, me and JC Hunsaker were all left. We had roster had 55 guys on it. I'm sorry, 65 guys. And I just got a hold of him today. Let's just meet 6 days prior to that 7-meeting practice. We'll get day 1 knocked out, and then we'll meet after that to figure out what we're going to do. And then after that, we were blessed with one thing you brought up, Jameson. One thing about him and his class is that really it wasn't a large class. If I remember correctly, they finished their 4 years with 8 seniors. I think it was correctly. And of those 8, only 5 of them played ball. So we were incredibly young going into that year. And it was a good transition year. That 22 season it was our second year 6A, and the Refiners Fire in that. I mean, it was every game we could see the improvement. We didn't win a game until we had Warren County at home, and so that was part of it. But going back to the development of the program at that point, so we took over and just started praying hard about and asking people, hey, we got to find coaches. There weren't a lot of teaching positions open in the school at that time so that we could have filled. We did get blessed with one. Stephon Ransom was able to come in and fill a PE slot. And then Will Trice's name dropped in my lap. And so then we had a young man coming to us from the state of New York, from West Point, New York, that was with us for 2 years. So things started progressing on that front. I think we had 6 coaches that season for what ended up being 55 guys, and that just kind of worked it all. I always tell every guy that we have, even though our current seniors were 8th graders that year, I always refer back to that group as being the seniors that really set the tone and the culture for our program and what it meant, because they were across the board, whether it was Jameson or Iran or any of those guys, Jake Preston, Jasper House, Jasper. I mean, it was just go through. They were so selfish, and they were all in on just improving week to week, and you can see it. We go from losses they were stupid big, right? I mean, it was 4 weeks were hard. Then all of a sudden we started scoring more points. We started holding people a little bit, even though we were even younger on defense than we were on offense. And things started to change for us. And so by the end of the season, when we got that win, make the play, say what you want about the way the system works, but we won the only region game we need to win in the playoffs, and we traveled up to Oakland, and everybody knows how that goes. And that was one of the better years too. So, but it set the stage, and we had a great off season coming in, and it just started to work from there. And then that next senior class, they remembered what it was like, just having everybody walk all over you, and then the next one and the next one. And so Robert Bailey's class graduating this past season was the freshman. They were the freshman that year, and he went up to All-State. Before I went up there, I had a couple of guys.
And just before him,
William Bobo's up there.
William Bobo, the running back before Robert Bailey,
went to Middle
Tennessee. So we Rocky Chandler.
Yep.
So you had quite a bit of success individually with those kids. The reason I had you walk through that is I wanted to really thank you for the impact that you've had in my son's life. He has just signed on to be a strength and conditioning coach. He's helping out with O-line, and he's teaching school at Battle Creek. I want to call it Battleground.
Yes,
that's been around a long. Battle Creek High School is a brand new high school. This year is their first graduating senior class.
Yep.
And
beautiful facilities over there.
He owes, I think, a lot of the passion for that to those Saturday morning sessions that you didn't have to do, where you taught him about more of the science of how to get off of the line and the science of moving faster without, better genetics.
Sure.
I mean, everybody's born with what they're born with.
Right. And you can maximize your potential.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely what it's about. But in order to do that, you have to be someone that wants to. So it wasn't just me showing up to work with him. It was him wanting to show up to work. I mean, it has to be both things. It can't just be, pulling, dragging the kid to train them. They have to want to do it as well. And that's something special about your son is he was all in all the time. And
well, I will say there is a point when a young man's life where he doesn't want to listen to his dad and he'll backtalk his mom just a little bit, but he may take the direction of an outside voice and a coach or a teacher. And you were one of those voices loud and clear for him and help guide him to what I think is the first step on a professional ladder that he's going to enjoy.
He's going to have a great career. If he approaches everything the way that he approached football with us for, I guess it would have been 3 years. If he approaches everything with that, he's going to have a great career in whatever he wants to do.
Well, I wanted to thank you for that sort of thing. Flash, do you have any questions for our guests? Now that we've taken up quite a bit of your...
Oh, no, it's not... Dude, you're here too. What you mean taking up my time?
I wanted to get that off my chest because it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing that my son, I'm very proud of what he's done, and this man was a big part of it.
Oh, love that. Love to hear that. Absolutely. Don't ever apologize for that. That's great, man. I love that stuff. Well, Coach, I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time I think I've ever met you.
Yes, sir.
But I've heard a lot about you. But I gotta ask you. So I'm gonna ask you the tough question, my guy.
I know this is an odd setup. We don't have an engineer separate. So yes,
I can do all things through Christ. You know what I'm about to ask you, don't you?
Yes, probably.
I'm gonna ask this question, and I expect, listen. There are people who play sports that are irreplaceable people because of just how athletic and how great they are. Okay, Stephen Bobo is one of those people.
Yeah,
he is a heck of a
evidently more than one sport.
Evidently,
one of them he grades out as a professional.
That's right. And obviously, baseball is a big deal. But
by the way, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Shout out to baseball. How about Coach Jones now has 3 Division I commits on his team?
Wow,
that's insane. Yeah, because their catcher just committed to Memphis.
Peacock. Yeah, there's another kid that has busted his tail. Wow. And then Drew Baker is coming in from Webb. I think he's Belmont, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know that Belmont has also, I was told, I don't know for 100%. I was also told that Belmont has offered Brody Thomas as well.
Oh, geez.
So there's
I didn't even know that.
4 offers.
Wow. And Belmont's, solid program.
Solid program.
Hey, it is a deep one.
So, shout out to them.
No, hey, listen. I only brought up baseball just to bring up the simple fact that obviously Stephen Bobo was your quarterback last year.
Yep.
Solid talent.
Yep.
Now, I will say, different from what happens in some other places, all of the coaches that I have met through my son's time at SCHS have been all in on playing multiple sports.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. And some places you don't get that.
No, and listen, I will tell you we on this particular station, we cover Cascade Athletics. Obviously on WLIJ, we cover all the Central Athletics. But I will tell you, and we joked about this before you came, that Wiki Parker, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's a pitcher and also a fielder. Yep. But the athletic staff has been begging him to play football for the past 2 years just because of how athletic he actually is. So listen, I'm going to ask this difficult question. What do you do in this scenario? Because listen, he's obviously a very talented kid. He's got a lot of athletic ability. I know your backup is younger. I believe he only played 1 game last season.
He was the first game he started quarterback would have been Brentwood, I think.
I do remember
that. but he also had significant time against, I know Ravenwood. I'm trying to remember who else off the top of my head.
I guess the overall perspective is when you lose a player of that caliber, obviously it's a next man up mentality. So I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but I am saying, how do you prepare a younger player to step into this role now where he's filling the shoes of a very talented person?
Yeah. So I'll take you back to a philosophy of mine on that. Okay. As a kind of a weird combination for me, I'm a defensive coordinator, the linebacker guy, right? The defensive line, especially linebackers. But on the offensive side, I was a quarterback specialist.
Okay.
So on that side of the ball, especially the quarterback position, every quarterback, their wheelhouse is different. Okay. Some blended in the same. Steven's wheelhouse was just crazy athleticism. It really was. He threw the ball a mile, but it was because of the baseball thing. You don't mess with his arm slot. You don't mess with certain things, right?
I saw him do a lot of stop, jump, and throw.
Well, yeah, that's Tim Tebow coming out anyway. But yeah, so with him, it was a lot of getting him out of the pocket, a lot of design runs for him, things like that to maximize what he was good at.
Right.
And plus, we didn't have a lot of time in the offseason with him. Let's be honest. From the moment football was over, that young man was baseball, and he wasn't coming back to us until usually a week after the dead period.
Yeah.
So we didn't. We could mess with his, or I say mess. We could coach him with his footwork, things like that. But in order to get him in the right positions and all that, we spread him out a lot. And so we had more design runs. We had stuff like that could. And then when we have the stable of running backs that we've had, come through here in the last 4 years.
Not too many programs have that much D1 talent year after year.
So it's you can rely a lot more on the running game and the more deep pass concepts, things like that, right? So with Sion Rucker, Sion is one of the most coachable kids. It's hard to be as or more athletic than Stephen Bobo, but Sion approaches that with athleticism. But he also spins the ball really well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and at the same time, we've got Travion Torion Mathis coming back. LaRon Brown's going to be a sophomore. Those are three running backs right there that will take over for Robert Bailey, and they could easily produce just as well as he did. They have that ability. So now we have the opportunity with him. We have to narrow the scope of the offense to fit his wheelhouse first.
Right.
And then expand it out of that and continue to challenge him, but not at a rate that expects a lot more than what he's able to do.
So are you seeing him maybe pick up some decision option where it's pull it out and throw or give it?
If you will remember back to, I don't know how many people pay this close attention. The second half of the season, Jameson's senior year, Jake started throwing the ball. We were probably throwing the ball 60% of the time.
Yes.
A lot of that was our people base, those kind of things.
Yes.
Sion is a blend of Jay Preston and Stephen Bobo. So he's got a good arm talent, and he's athlete. So that allows us to get more into small people stuff, some more, intermediate to deep pass concepts where we can bring it out.
I've seen him change direction.
So it reminds me of Bryce Young. It's kind of a very he can sling that ball if needed, but he's going to make moves that will keep the defense wondering what's happening.
And he's and we're what we have. We're light on the experience in the perimeter right now, offensively with wide receivers. One bringing Rager Edwards back. So that. But we've had some guys really step up, but they're sophomores.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot on them to learn and all that. So we also have to stay within the wheelhouse as well, not put too much on them. Be really good at the foundational stuff, and then be able to start stacking from there. And that's what we've seen throughout spring ball in the summer is things we've been able to lay a foundation and start stacking. The blessing that we have this year is we return all 5 starting offensive linemen.
Well, that's huge because we just talked to Coach Carkuff from Cascade, and he's like, our O-line we're getting better, but we got work to do.
Yeah.
So that is a huge blessing.
Yeah, see, it's been hard. You don't usually think about this on the outside. It's been hard this summer in helmets to challenge those linemen because they've already got firm grasp. They're all intelligent. They're all good athletes for offensive line. They all have that. And there's only limited in what you can do with your offensive line when you're in helmets only.
Yeah.
So for sure. I mean, I feel like I have to do more about them constantly over and over to because they get bored and it's but they're good. They're great kids. They work hard. So that's going to be a blessing for someone. That's going to be a blessing for those wide receivers where they can have time to, learn how to make up and stuff like that for what they do. With that, Kate Cunningham's back.
I heard my son said that he saw him in the 7-on-7 rounds and that he was coming back to back home.
That young man is a phenomenal wide receivers coach. He is.
Jameson snapped to Cade from 6th, 7th, 8th grade, or actually 7th and 8th grade. They played JV together, and actually, I think Cade was playing some varsity 9th grade year, and then Jameson moved away from snapping, but they spent 3 years. They're really. Cade is a really good kid.
He is,
and they got along great. Cade could have been I'm the big man on campus quarterback, but he was everybody's big brother.
Yep. So he's been a great addition, and he's taught those guys a lot about being good technicians at route running, at block, leverage points, all those kind of things. So it's so we're seeing progress for sure. So,
let me ask you, what would you consider a successful, and I know we're kind of banking on the future just a little bit with this question. We're very early on, still in the summer. We got about 5 weeks, I think, until game one is what we kind of figured out. What would you consider a successful season for this football team you have coming in? Obviously, I know there's obviously some talent there. Younger players, of course, at the receiver position, as you mentioned. But what would you look at? And it's really above wins and losses. I'm not so much talking.
I'm going to interrupt before you answer that and say, my son's senior year, the last time he got a chance to play high school football, they lost every game but one. And this man right here made it very, very clear that they laid a foundation for some success that was had after that. And some of those kids came back and helped and watched that success happen and were rewarded with, hey, it was a tough season that you had to get over some bumps, but if you had thrown a teenage fit and said, hey, we haven't won any games, and I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have laid the foundation for what's to come. I'm giving you an out a little bit.
It's about wins and losses. I so much that.
I think that one way that we approach the I don't really want to call them goals in the season, but measurements of success. Those games that were lost last year, were they this year? Can we get a win instead of that loss? Take Brentwood. Can we get a win instead of a loss against Brentwood?
Did you flip that?
Can we flip the schedule, so to speak? Right? Can we and then maintain the other side of the schedule? We went 5-5. So can we maintain the other side of the schedule? Right? And can we flip? How many of those other games can we flip? You flip. You beat the teams that you beat last year, and then you grab one more successful season.
Yeah.
And even in that case, if you have you narrowed the gap, whether by score, whether by production, have you narrowed the gap, that kind of thing. So all those things matter. We lost 2 in a row, started out last year against Tullahoma and Marshall County. Can we get Tullahoma at home? Come away with a win. We got Marshall County at home and follow that. We're a win. Those kind of things matter. And it's still somewhat on wins and losses, but it changes the process that you approach.
Okay.
With.
And to kind of put you on the spot, do you think you are looking up at that, or that you're meeting the challenge where
I think we've had a solid off season.
Okay.
We've had some guys that had to grow a lot because we're going to be young again, especially in the perimeter and the secondary and wide receiver rooms. But at the same time, our front seven on both sides of the ball is really good. I mean,
but that's the foundation of what you
rely on those guys, and you continue to work to get everybody better the way you do. And so can we get to Oklahoma? It's going to be a heck of a game. It always is. Can we get to County? A lot of athletes run around the field with them. But, that's why you line up and play.
Yeah.
We went to Franklin, beat them on a last-second field goal last year up there for first region win. Now we got them here this coming year. What hurts first region game? Horse show break Friday. So that's just how the camera falls, right? So as you go on through, what do we look like? What can we accomplish? And it is literally, it's not a cliche for us. I force us to be focused on one game at a time. I don't even look to see what scores are on Friday nights.
Love that.
Except for the one score that matters after the game is who do we have next?
Yeah.
That's the one that matters. So I forced myself to be that way for a long time. I couldn't tell you statistically outside of the data sets for the upcoming game. I couldn't tell you what if their running back is pushing 1,000 yards. I couldn't unless somebody told, like, I come in here and you guys tell me. That's how I'm going to know. And I'll have to look at you like I'm stupid because I don't know.
Well, some people preserve rate. Like some people just, oh my God, we're going to have
analytical.
We got to tackle that guy. He's like an oak tree.
Yep. And that's why you work that stuff. We have found ways. You bring up tackling. How do you get better at tackling? You got to tackle.
Yeah.
Well, how do you tackle with helmets only? Well, what you do is you buy those ultra thick rugby tackle shields. You buy the crash pads to land in, and you tackle.
You take everybody down.
But you do it safely, and you do it every day. It's just like hand placement, blocking the sled. Getting on the sled with the offensive line. You got to do it every day, or you're just not going to be very good at it. So it's those kind of things that you focus on, and you stay true to the foundational skills that are required for the game.
So we've done this with every coach that's been here, and we're going to do this with you. We're going to break in, Coach, to 931 Sports here. We're going to do some rapid fire with you. Some of these questions are fun. In fact, all of these questions are fun, to be honest. We'll be the judge. Who's the funniest player on the team?
Oh, funniest. Shoo. I got a sophomore by the name of Lucas Taylor.
Okay.
I won't say he's the funniest, but he's fun. He's one of the funniest. So
that's fun. All right. Who's the loudest in the locker room? Who's the rah-rah guy? Who's the hype man?
Guy.
Yeah, who's the hype man in the locker room?
Need a transfer.
No
man, the hype guy. I don't know. This is a very it's more of a quiet focus group. There's not really one guy in there that really stands out.
So you don't have like a Rob Gronkowski in there who's just always hype, kind of guy.
Kind of an introspective.
That's right. All right. What assistant coach would survive the longest on a reality TV show?
What kind of reality TV show?
I don't know. Maybe Survivor. We'll go Survivor.
That would probably be J.C. Hunsaker.
Okay. And he coaches.
He's the offensive coordinator.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. That's good. Offensive-minded coaches, I feel like, would do well in Survivor. I really do. I don't know why. I feel like defensive coordinators may do a little better, but I don't know. If your team had a talent show, who's taking first place?
Man.
These are the hard-hitting.
They are. These are hard. Well, let's see. Esteban was in band for a while through middle school, so I'd have to go with that without knowing a lot, without having to really think through it. But he's the first one that comes to mind.
All right. Well, those are our 5 fast questions. I'm going to leave you with this one before we let you get out of here for the night. Listen, if there's one message you're giving to Golden Eagle fans before this season starts, what is that message about this football team?
This football team has been and will continue to be all about the process. They show up every day. They're locked in, ready to work. All the way down, our freshman class is phenomenal in just their coachability. I mean, they want to know what's going on, and that carries all the way up to the top and all the way down. We have a large group of guys that have been in the system for a long time, like we talked about, front seven on both sides of the ball, that are locked into the strength and conditioning. They understand that is the lifeblood of what we do, and it will continue to be that way for as long as the Lord allows me to be in this role. But it's just the process of daily getting better at the foundational things and stacking those.
Hey, love that. And by the way, Scott Spray told me to tell you he'll be there next month.
Gotcha.
That's what he told me to tell you.
Scott.
I know Scott's a big Shelbyville guy.
He is.
He's one of those. He asks me every week who's coming on, and I feel like as soon as I say somebody from Central, he's front row, front and center, which is great. Scott's a good guy.
Yep.
Well, that's it for me, Jamie. Unless you got a final question for Coach here.
Final question.
I'm gonna leave it to you because y'all know each other real well.
Who on your team now do you see coming back and becoming a coach?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Whoa. There's actually
and I said there could be more than one, but who you think is the person that, you know what, they would fit in that place in the world?
I think there's a couple. I think you have. I think Gregor Edwards would make a great.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think Jackson Thiem could. I think any of those offensive linemen could. Then getting through there. That's the one thing. I'll say this. The one thing is this group thrives on learning football. We had just kind of a side note the other day. We were going over how you label defense personnel, right? As far as, all right, guys, we're working one tight end, two back stuff. All right, guys, we talked about what 21 personnel is. And I had multiple guys shoot their hands up. Yeah, coach. Well, it's not a normal conversation you have with high school football players. Coaches talk that way, but they don't necessarily teach their players how to speak that language, right? And that's like our guys, they know what an overfront is. They know, they understand. So all those, the jargon and terminology, vocabulary, and also it sounds like another language to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
They get it. So this group is pretty special that way. That they've really soaked up the knowledge aspect of not just what do I do on this play, but the mechanics of what I do and the process that all those things happen and all that kind of stuff. It's just something
like how that fits. Not just I have to take a step with my left foot hard and get out there, but why I've got to get out there, why I have to get to the second.
How do I get there? Kind of thing. It's not just being there to do it, but how do I get to that position with the right leverage to execute whatever my job is in that role at that moment. So a lot of these guys are that way, and they're fun to coach.
Love that. So. All right. Well, that is Coach Jud Dryden. Coach, please, during the season, we're on Sunday night 7 to 9. So if you want to call, you want to come in, it is always welcome for you, my friend. And please, next time, bring players with you. We always encourage that. If you want to bring a couple of those offensive linemen in here,
and that's the biggest thing we're focusing on is highlighting kids.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we really do want to have kids come in and take a chance at what media day is like. So
we got to get that.
Answering a few questions about what they did on Friday night.
I'm going to try to see about getting y'all's new volleyball coach in here. We're covering sports that may not always get as much attention as your football and your baseball and stuff like that. But, Coach, always, this has been awesome. It's great to meet you. And please, anytime, sir, you are more than welcome.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we are going to step aside and take a quick time out. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about Jamie's soccer knowledge.
I think it's time to go. That's what we're going to do.
No,
I know there's a goal in each of the fields.
That's right. Well, hey, listen, you already know more than probably 80% of normal people. All right. Okay. We'll be right back here on 931 Sports, right here on the Zinger 100.9. Stay with us.
Everything I know about soccer in my
Great Princeton and Brewery does with quality and care right here in Bedford County. Kayla and the gang at Threads 931 Apparel, laser focused on working with businesses, schools, coaches, churches, and
A
clubs.
full line of products, and we have the capabilities of offering a team store so your parents can actually purchase items directly from us.
Threads 931 is perfect for sports teams to keep you focused on what matters.
It takes the hassle off of you and just makes it convenient for everybody.
Now that's good to hear. Professional, efficient, and ready on time? You're looking for Threads 931 Apparel in Bell Buckle. Call or text 931-205-3663. Threads931apparel.com. And follow on Facebook and Instagram at Threads 931 Apparel. Actual customer words portrayed by an actor.
My kids love going to Image Orthodontics.
When Caroline Wagner sent her first daughter to Image Orthodontics, she wasn't sure what to expect.
Ella loved it.
Caroline recalls.
The staff, the fun. She had a great time in the game room.
The Wagners have since sent their other daughter to Image Orthodontics too, with similar results. Dr. John Philippos and the Image Orthodontics team are making smiles happen every day with traditional braces, Invisalign, as well as emergency care when you need it. With offices in Shelbyville, Tullahoma, and Murfreesboro, it's never been a better time to request your appointment. 615-867-6960. Visit myimageorthodontics.com. Image Orthodontics, making smiles happen. When it comes to protecting your family, your health, and your future, experience matters. At Insurance Benefits Associates, Mike Jones and Doug Rogers bring more than 75 years of service helping individuals, families, and businesses find the right plans. We're here to help. Call Insurance Benefits Associates at 1-800-607-8833 and put our experience to work for you. IBA, coverage you can trust from people who care. This is 931 Sports, live on Facebook and YouTube and on WZNG Shelbyville, the Zinger 100.9.
Marching bands.
Hey, I was a 4-year marching band guy.
I love it. Do you know who this is?
I really don't.
You don't? OHIO?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody cares about Ohio State. All right.
They've had a good run in football, I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, they certainly have done that.
They have a tradition of good football.
Absolutely. All right. Welcome back to 931 Sports, by the way. Let me get us on the actual camera here so people can see our wonderful faces. Welcome back here. Here's what I want to do. And listen, I know this is probably putting you on a spot.
I mean, that's what I'm here for.
That's kind of what we always do, to be fair.
It's all good.
But I want to play start, bench, and cut. Okay? I'm going to give you some athletes, and I want you to tell me if you would start, which one you would start, which one you would bench, and which one you would cut.
3 of them on the same team.
No, they're not on the same team. They're 3 completely different athletes in completely different sports. You start one, you bench one, and you cut one.
What are we playing?
Actually, they're not different. Well, yeah, they'll be different.
I don't
sports.
understand.
Okay, so
I'm so confused.
Listen to the instruction. I'm going to give you 3 athletes. 3.
Okay.
Okay. Names
I can count to 3.
Names you know. And you're going to tell me out of those 3, which one you would start, which one you would bench, and which one you would cut. Okay? Does that make sense?
I mean, I know how to pull out my lock blade and cut somebody.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I got you. I
Lord.
think I sort of follow what you're talking about. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Question number 1. Numero uno. I have football legends. You start, bench, or cut one of these, okay? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. You start one, you bench one, or you cut one. What order would you have that in? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. You have to start one, you have to bench one, you have to cut one.
I'm starting Brady.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting Brady because no matter how scrawny his tall, lanky frame looked, he looked like he'd never seen a weight room when he was drafted.
He's strong.
No matter what they ask him, he was like the slowest 40 time of a quarterback
well, he was picked number 199 for a reason.
He was literally one of the slowest. And when he's asked that question, you know what he says? Good thing that's not what wins a football game. He's like, I don't care how slow I am. I'm not out there to run the football.
Right.
So there's a guy behind me that does that.
True. Okay, so we're starting Tom Brady.
Brady does more with less than anybody I've ever seen.
Okay. So we're starting Tom Brady. So now we have to bench one and we have to cut one.
We're benching. We're benching.
This is tough because these are two phenomenal.
We're benching
athletes.
Peyton Manning.
You're cutting Patrick Mahomes.
And you're cutting Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is mincemeat.
Yeah. It's just
I'm saying that along the same lines of does more with less is that Peyton Manning knows more than anybody in the world could possibly know about playing quarterback and can get out there and show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, from the fact that his father was a professional quarterback, his brother was a Super Bowl winning quarterback, was he not?
Yes, he was.
He was.
Eli and Peyton both won a Super Bowl.
I'm telling you.
Actually, Eli won too.
And if their dad had any kind of team behind him, he probably would have been able to do it.
Peyton won too also. So they both won too.
I believe they did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is some sort of mincemeat. Now, every time you ask me something about football, I have to give this caveat. I've even thought about making T-shirts that say, I said something about football, and then on the back of it, but I'm 0-30 as a Pee-wee football coach.
That's right.
I don't know why my son decided to continue to play the sport, but it has become his life. But his dad put him through the worst coaching experience that any kid could possibly have because I was a baseball guy.
Well, since you're a baseball guy, we're moving on to baseball. And this is going to be very difficult for you.
Was that a long enough answer? My wife says I keep things long and not to the point.
Start, bench, or cut. Here are your choices. Derek Jeter, Cal Ripken Jr., and Chipper Jones. Start one, bench one, cut one.
Okay, full disclosure, I grew up in Atlanta, and Chipper Jones is a Hall of Famer who played his entire career in Atlanta.
Legend.
He is an Atlanta legend.
He's a baseball legend, let's just be honest. I mean,
I
don't know if he's in the top 10 all time, but he's in
the Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
And he made it where I believe he was unanimous pick, if I'm not mistaken.
It wouldn't shock me, honestly.
So I've got legendary third baseman. I've got a dude that showed up for 4,000.
Never missed a game.
Come on.
Was injured, sick.
Cal
never
Ripken,
missed
I think still has the record for a number of consecutive starts. So that dude's going to show up.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jamie, there are records in this league in Major League Baseball that will never be broken. That one is one of them. I don't think we'll ever see another guy break that record.
And when Bear Bryant retired, they said there would never be.
Yeah, but that's different. That's
and Nick Saban gave him a run for his
wins
money
in college, and he beat the record. But I'm just saying, there are some records in baseball, like Joe DiMaggio's 56 hitting streak will never be broken. There's no way. And that record of playing
there are always
every
humans.
single day without missing in this day and age of baseball. I promise
there are always going to be humans that come along that amaze us.
That record ain't going to be touched.
Hey, it's great. So, and the other guy was the mincemeat called Derek Jeter.
So you think you're cutting Derek Jeter?
No. I was saying you're telling me to make mincemeat out of either Chipper Jones, Derek Jeter, or Cal Ripken Jr.
I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I just read them.
Dear Lord. I'm
glad I ain't playing this.
To play third base, hitting, I'm starting Jones.
Okay. We're going with the Atlanta love right there. I like that. Okay.
It probably has a little bit to do with that.
Mike Jones is on with us, and he did confirm they each won 2. But Mike, I'm interested. Who are you picking out of these 3? Jeter, Ripken, Jones. Start 1, bench 1, cut 1. So we're starting Chipper. Who are we benching?
We're benching Ripken.
Yeah, Derek Jeter's getting cut. I kind of had a feeling that.
And I'll be honest with you, I think that is on. No, I'm not gonna diss somebody.
Yeah,
I just that's where I would land.
Okay.
I don't have disrespect for any of them, so I won't.
Okay. Let's move on to sports foods. Sports foods. Here we go. We're keeping one. We're starting one. We're benching one, and we're cutting one.
You see me? I haven't forgotten to eat.
Hot dogs, nachos, and pizza. Start 1, bench 1, cut 1.
Okay, my son and my wife can answer this one for me. I mean, like, there are people in my life who would know the answer to this faster than I would.
Okay.
I dislike hot dogs.
What?
I don't care if they never make another hot dog.
What am I listening to? You're an umpire. You should love hot dogs more than anybody. You are around the greatest sport in the world, and hot dogs are the greatest thing at a baseball game.
No.
Oh my God.
When at the end of the night,
ain't no way this man is telling me this.
I can tell you I've done this. I've walked by and they had them say, there are a few more hot dogs left. Do you want to take one?
Yeah.
And I've said no.
I'm taking 5. If they tell me there's hot dogs left, put them in a to-go bag.
I will ask them to let me take the last 3 cheeseburgers, and I will leave the hot dogs. I'll even do them the service of tossing the hot dogs for them.
Look at your comments. Mike Jones, I lost all respect. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Man. He's stunned just like I am.
I'll give him this. At least he spelled my name right.
That's right. So you're cutting hot dogs, which is just absolutely un-American.
If you put on a hot dog bun one of those nice Polish sausages or a bratwurst, I'm in.
So you won't eat a hot dog, but you'll eat a brat, which is basically the same.
No.
Anyway,
no.
Okay.
So
we're
I'm
cutting
throwing
hot
away
dogs.
the hot dog before I even open it.
All right. So we have nachos
I don't even care.
And pizza. Start 1, bench 1.
So the nachos are sitting way down the bench from the pizza.
Okay.
And pizza has to have, if it's gonna be the starting lineup pizza that bats first in the order, steals bases for me, does all the things, it is pineapple and ham pizza.
I'm one of those weird people that like pineapple on pizza. I love it, but
that is the way to go.
But I will say you have to have it from the right place,
or it has to be if it can't have pineapple on it because somebody thinks that's crazy, it'd have to be pepperoni and mushrooms.
Okay. I like that.
Any pizza above any hot dog, and pizza before chips.
Okay.
And that's all nacho. It's just a corn chip, man. Come on.
All right. Okay, here we go. I'm actually now. There's 5 options on this that you have to pick 3 out of the 5.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, Mike, dude. This guy's killing me with the hot dog. I'm never going to look at you the same way again.
I'm from Chicago. I have a lot of friends from Chicago.
Yeah, and he's still cutting pizza. He's saying he's not digging pizza.
No,
he's from Chicago, and pizza's off the list. I feel like that's crazy.
I've never been. I have an adverse stomach reaction to a lot of different hot dogs.
Oh, gotcha. So you don't watch the hot dog eating contest?
Oh God,
no. I love it. Oh my gosh, I can't get enough of
Lord,
it.
no.
Dude, the way they dip it in the drink and then they I don't know how they do it.
I'm worried that I'm getting an ulcer from watching them. The acid that comes up in my stomach watching someone do that.
It's not the most like clean sport to watch, but it is incredible. I
have watched it before. It's just not appealing.
Smash 68 hot dogs is incredible. I'm telling you right now. All right, last question of the night, and then we're gonna get out of here. Sports movies. I'm gonna give you 5 choices. You have to start one, bench one, and cut one.
I have very, very specific theories on sports movies, and you better have picked the right ones.
These are randomly selected. So here we go.
Come on, randomly selected.
Remember the Titans, The Blind Side, Friday Night Lights, Rocky, Rudy, and Miracle. 6 choices. Miracle, of course, being the 1980 U.S. men's Olympic hockey team. Classic movie. You're starting one of these, you're cutting one, and you're benching one.
Say them again.
Remember the Titans, The Blind Side, Friday Night Lights, Rocky, Rudy, and Miracle.
All right. I have to disclose that in The Blind Side, I have an odd connection with The Blind Side in that when he gets his high school diploma, the name that they say directly before him is Jamie Norton.
No way. Really? That's crazy.
The name that they say right before Michael Orr is Jamie Norton.
That's so weird. Wow.
They literally say one name.
All right. So
it's the weirdest thing ever. And I saw the movie like 3 times before I noticed it.
That's crazy. All right.
My favorite sports movie, just about, well, God, I can't say favorite. On my top 5 list, which is all, I would watch them all in the same afternoon if I had a whole day, is Rudy.
Yeah, I love Rudy. Rudy's so good.
Rudy is up there. Rudy Rudiger, it's like
I feel like it's long though. I like, to me, I feel like they could have probably got rid of about 20 minutes.
No, it needed to be long because you had to feel the angst that he kept going, even though it kept kicking him down,
and then ends up going with his brother. Just like it's just weird.
And the wild part about Rudy that made it even better for me is the big man, and I have no disrespect for him, but the big man on campus, the guy that's in the Hall of Fame and everything, that was actually there playing quarterback while Rudy was at Notre Dame, is so mad at that movie because he's not in it.
Oh,
is Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
He legitimately has beef with Rudy.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Rudy.
So Rudy, you're starting.
Rudy is number 1.
Okay. Who are we benching? They're on the bench. That doesn't mean they won't play. It just means they're on the bench.
On the bench,
they're not getting cut. That's the biggest part.
Is
Mike says, how do you pick? Seriously,
you don't, because
I'm going to tell you right now, my number 1's completely different from yours. Like if it were up to me, I'd actually cut Rudy, and I love Rudy. I love that movie, but there are better movies on this list.
I've been known to cry at Rudy more than 10 times in watching it.
That's crazy.
I've been known to take a Saturday afternoon and actually sit and cry.
The part that gets me the most emotional is when the guy who does all the painting and stuff, after Rudy makes the tackle and he's standing there and he just goes, and he does that clap. I'm like,
the slow clap.
I feel that in my soul. Like that is absolutely fantastic. But even still,
that spot, and when he opens the letter.
Oh, and gets accepted.
Jogs away, just sobbing that he spent 25 years of his life
trying to
going
get to
after one thing.
Yep.
And they finally had a letter And like the way they did it with him, like the backdrop of sitting there at the lake, and he just jogs away, sniffling. That destroys me.
All right, so Rudy's obviously starting real quick because we got 1 minute.
Yeah.
Who we benching?
We're you can't. I'm benching The Blind Side.
Okay. Just because your name's in it.
I'm actually
it's a good movie though.
We should be helping our neighbor kind of person.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
And it's really sad to me to have heard that he has had a falling out with the family.
Yeah, it was not
in
good.
later years.
So you're gonna cut one of my favorite movies. I'm almost positive. So you better.
I mean,
hurry up.
I'm cutting Miracle, but it's hockey. I will watch it, and I will love, and I'll be super patriotic when I do watch it.
No, Herb Brooks is one of the greatest coaches.
But
of all
it's
time.
just not. I don't empathize. I don't empathize with the sport because I've spent a grand total of 5 minutes falling on my butt on ice.
Mike says Jamie's redeeming himself with this discussion, but don't know if I can get over the hot dog comment.
Bro, you don't have to eat with me.
Oh,
you can eat
right.
the hot dog. No. Mike should appreciate that I will give him my hot dog.
That's right.
Like when we're out at someplace and there's a stack of hot dogs, you're gonna get to eat an extra hot dog because I'm gonna hand you the aluminum foil unopened.
That's right. Well, that's gonna do it for us, guys. By the way, I would just so everybody knows, I'm starting Remember the Titans. Easily.
Okay.
I am benching Rocky because I'm telling you, I love that movie. Rocky is the soul movie for me. I love it.
That was my late great father-in-law's favorite movie.
Yeah.
He could watch that any day of the week.
I still watch. I still go back and watch 1 through 4.
He had the entire collection.
Rocky 5, no. Rocky 1 through 4, yes. And I'm cutting Friday Night Lights. My wife's going to kill me for that because she loves Friday Night Lights. Not a big fan.
I didn't really connect with Friday Night Lights as way some people did.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, partner. Appreciate you. Great show. We will be back next Sunday night from 7 to 9. Who's going to be on next week? You'll have to tune in to find out. Right here on 931 Sports on the Zinger 100.9 FM. Have a great night, everybody. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
This is Benny Pulley with Hopkins Farm Broadcasting Incorporated. Join me for the first annual Rhythm for a Reason benefit at the Fly Arts Center for an evening of live music, a delicious dinner, and community impact. With performances by Jeff Batson, Luther Lewis, and Chase Clanton Music. Join us August 14th, 6:30 to 10. Proceeds will benefit New Destiny Dog Rescue of Bedford County, Cooking with a Veteran, and